What's good, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Hurls and Small Show. As you guys can see, we are, a little dressed up, a little dapper today. Smalls, you're looking great. Because it is the 2024-2025 Hurls and Smalls Award Show. We did a mid-season one, but that's not the official one. But these are our official ballots. Roger Goodell said, get your ballots in quick because they got to make the awards and stuff next week. So he said, hurry up and get it in. So we got to get it in by tonight. But before we get there, Brady, how you doing, man?
Honestly, with you, I've been in a little rut lately. Last episode, I told you I was doing fabulous or some shit like that.
Phenomenal, yeah.
I don't know what really happened, but I don't know. I got a toothache. I told you that before we started, and it kind of just threw my whole day off today. I wasn't in a bad mood or anything, and it's not like the end of the world. I was just pissed at the tooth, so I was pissed at the world at the same time.
No, I feel you.
And it's just not a good combination, but. Other than that, we've been doing great around here, man. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing great as well. You said before we started you're excited for the Rumble, and so am I, man. I was literally just sitting around today just thinking like, dang, man, I just can't wait to get through work tomorrow so I can just get to Saturday and have it be the Rumble already. Because I know that's your favorite, like pay-per-view of the year. I think it is mine too, because it's just like so many surprises, so many, you just don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm doing great, and I'm ready to give out
2, 1.
Yeah, and then you hear some music you haven't heard in 5 years. Somebody comes back, and yeah. Oh, and Smalls and I will be live this Saturday, 6 p.m. EST, streaming the Royal Rumble. Be there, be square. We will be, live and hanging out with you guys. If anybody wants to come through, 6 p.m. EST, live on Twitch. I don't know if Smalls will be streaming it. It may just be from Wem POV. I guess it'll just be mine. So twitch.tv/Hurlins. Or if he decides to do it, twitch.tv/Smalls325.
We could really just like do this, but over there, together, but in the one,
Exactly. That's exactly what
I
was
you get both our POVs, but just
from
one channel.
Fine. That's what we'll do. So I'll be live on Saturday at 6 p.m. Be there, be square.
No, I can't confirm this or not, but the last I heard of this Smalls325 guy, I believe he retired from streaming.
He did. His jersey did end up going up into the rafters from streaming. He went into the Hall of Fame. So, he had a great career, very short career, but a great career nonetheless. Yeah. I think he won like 3 MVPs, 3 chips, finals MVPs, all-star every single year. So, very short career, but ended up in the Hall of Fame. Similar to like a Yao Ming. Didn't play much, but when he played, he was great. So shout out.
I'd love to see him come back.
Would love to, but probably not gonna happen. But as you guys know, there isn't much to talk about in the football world. It's a kind of a bye week for the entire league. We got the Pro Bowl going on. I didn't know the Pro Bowl skill stuff was tonight or whatever. I saw some clips on Twitter.
Was it?
Bro, I saw some I
tried to tell you that.
I had no clue. And I saw the Niners Twitter account posting some stuff like George Kittle was talking about spiking a ball. Fred Warner was doing some trivia questions. Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa were like, a speed walking against each other. So I guess that was tonight, and I had no clue, bro. No clue. I thought it was all on Sunday.
I tried to tell you I thought it was Thursday, and you were like, no, that's the voting or whatever. So I just thought I was wrong.
Did you let me astray?
I mean, I might have. Now, was I in that bed sleeping while it was probably going on? Mm-hmm. I was, yes. And I probably would have done the same even if I knew it was going on, but you never know. If you're watching this, we appreciate you. We've said it several times throughout the entirety of this show. We love y'all. Hit that like button, hit that subscription button. Help us hit that 62 million we were talking about a couple episodes ago.
We got till March.
I think we're only 61 million away, so we're getting close. And then leave us a like.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say, we're gonna respond to it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're Joe, because then he's gonna be sad about the Commanders' loss. Joe, don't mention them. It's over. Just be happy it happened.
Damn.
That's not a damn. That's like when
it's like Joe, don't mention them. Like, damn, did he mention them too much for you or something?
No, it's just like don't bring up that old girlfriend that you missed a little bit because
Okay,
You're gonna
okay. I
have
see
a
what you're
better
saying. I see what you're
one
saying.
next
I
season.
see what you're saying. Okay, but
Like,
Joe,
look
just know
on to the
it doesn't.
better
It doesn't
things.
always work like that, Joe. So who knows? You guys might even be in the playoffs next year. All right, let's get into our awards.
And I got a damn out of you.
Love you, Joe. All right, the
And
2020.
I only signaled Joe out or singled Joe out because he was the only one who was still in the playoffs. Like, ain't nobody rooting for the Chiefs. Ain't
Books
nobody
is in the
rooting for the
playoffs.
Eagles. Oh, Punks is an Eagles fan, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
But he not really a fan.
That's crazy you say that because that's what we say too. That's what we say too. Like
Punks an
Books,
Eagles
you
fan,
don't really care because he just lives. That's the closest team to him. That's why. So he's a
Punks an
fan of the
Eagles
Eagles.
fan. Like Anthony's a Dodgers fan. He just lives there. He's not actually a fan.
Absolutely.
He gonna try to claim them rings like they real.
And a Clippers fan too. Yeah, Rams, Dodgers. All right, let's
Hey,
get
plug.
into.
Fuck the Red Sox. All right, let's get into our awards.
Let's go Red Sox.
We got our typical, MVP, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, our 2 rookies, coach of the year, comeback, I guess. And then my boy Harlins, he came up with a bunch of other awards that we're gonna mention. Y'all can think about it if you want, but then we're gonna give who we thought about for them as well. So It should take up a majority of the episode. It's really all we got. There hasn't been much news in the NFL or anything. If you're curious, the Jaguars just signed their defensive coordinator from the Packers linebacker coach. So shout out to them.
Jets signed Steve Wilkes to be their defensive coordinator. So there you go.
Okay, I know I said we weren't going to talk about much, but Aaron Glenn said he had no interest in calling the defensive plays. Like, he was bringing in a DC who was going to be calling plays and stuff.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at it. It's just weird because, like, he's gone from being the best in the league to not calling at all.
Maybe he just wants something different. Maybe he just wants that head coaching job to oversee everything. Maybe he doesn't want to be the one, to be calling plays. I'm sure he'll still be involved with it. I'm sure he'll still have a say in what Steve Wilkes does, but he just wants something new. He just wants to be the head coach. He doesn't want to be the one calling those plays.
And the Bears just signed Press Taylor to be.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Shout out former Jag. Shout out to you, Stooge.
He's like a QB, and I don't know. He's got some weird title or something. But
Mm-hmm.
Horrible hire. All right. We're going to start out with these awards.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start? I asked you the same thing in our very first episode. Do you want to start at the top with MVP, or do you want to start at, at the bottom? Because I really
just start with the big hitters and make our way down until we get to the ones you came up with.
All right, bet. So let's start out with MVP. All right.
So
I'm gonna go.
Did you go back in time and like see what you predicted?
No. I went back in time for one specific thing, but you'll see. I'll talk about it later. But no, I didn't go back in time to see what I predicted because we already did this for the midseason. I already know what I predicted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just have it written down on what I predicted. Okay, so
I had CJ Stroud as number 2 in my MVP.
Preseason, I had Joe Burrow as my number 1, but I had 3 nominees. Obviously, there's 5 finalists, but I only did my top 3. Number 3, I had Saquon Barkley. If the NFL gave the MVP to other positions, maybe he'd be my 1 or even 2. But I just know he's not going to get it, so there was no reason for me to put him at 1. At number 2,
number 3, I have Saquon Barkley.
Number 2, I have Lamar Jackson.
Well, you're wrong.
And number 1, I have Josh Allen.
You're wrong.
And I'm glad you said that because you just asked me, did I go back in time to go look? I said no, but I did for one specific thing. Because I vividly remembered. I was like, hold on. I remember Small saying this about Josh Allen in episode 1. So I went all the way back and I even got the timestamp if you guys watching want to go back. It's our very first pod. 1 hour, 4 minutes, 40 seconds. I say Joe Burrow's my number 1. And Smalls goes, well, with the way you predicted the Bills and Josh Allen for him to carry the Bills all the way to the playoffs, it has to be Josh Allen. And that's exactly what Josh Allen did. That's exactly what he did this season. In the offseason, they lost so many people on their defense. He lost his number 1 guy, Stephon Diggs. Before the season, I had them at like 13-3, and I don't think you had them that high. I know other people didn't have them that high. I remember people saying it would be a little drop off for the Bills because they lost all these weapons, but I still had the Bills that high. And you specifically told me, well, if you have the Bills getting carried by Josh Allen and making it to the playoffs, The MVP has to be Josh Allen. So you're goddamn right, my MVP is Josh Allen. So my number 1 is Josh Allen. I think he should win the MVP award.
Well, you're wrong. Josh Allen's at number 2, and Lamar Jackson is at number 1. And to be honest, neither one of them deserve it. They're just lucky that the Bengals screwed over Joe Burrow the entire season, because Joe Burrow is the most deserving of this award.
I said if Joe Burrow even got into the 7th spot, he would have been my MVP. But not in the playoffs. He can't even crack my top 3. So I just couldn't do it. But if he made it, he would have been my number 1. Don't care whether it was 7 or number 1. He would have been my MVP.
He should be MVP.
Absolutely.
A Bengals defense, the ownership should be ashamed that they kept that GM to allow that defense to play as bad as they did, to let that quarterback down. The whole team, the whole fucking organization deserves to get blame.
Absolutely. Offensive player of the year. I went first, so you can go ahead with yours.
So I gave 3 for every award, as you were saying as well. Mm-hmm. At number 3, I would guess that you probably have Joe Burrow somewhere on your list. I do not have Joe Burrow on my list because my question to you is, if the MVP is an offensive player, how is he not offensive player of the year?
Because I think there's the offensive player of the year, I never think should go to a quarterback. But
I agree.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is there needs to be some distinction. They need to revamp damn near every single award.
As you said last episode, is always quarterbacks. The offensive player of the year should be the best offensive player that's not a quarterback. Now, if they gave the offensive player of the year to different positions, then I could see the argument for that. But since they only give the MVP to quarterbacks, I think the offensive player of the year is just the best offensive player that's not a quarterback.
So just change it then. Just do most valuable quarterback and then offensive skill position or some shit like that. Because
I don't know.
It literally makes no sense. Lamar Jackson had a better season than Derrick Henry, but I don't have Lamar Jackson in my top 3.
Mm-hmm. And I just put Joe Burrow here because he wasn't he wasn't up there for me for MVP, so I put him at number 3 for my offensive player of the year.
I have Derrick Henry at number 3. I think he had a phenomenal season.
It was between him and Burrow for number 3 for me.
For sure. And then number 1 and 2 is just Saquon and Jamar for both of us, I would assume.
Yeah, I've chased it to Saquon at 1.
I do too. There's not a lot of really things to discuss. If you want to put Joe, sure. If you don't, whatever. I just don't think that I want them to revamp everything. I think comeback player of the year should legitimately just be coming back from an injury or an illness or something,
because they literally talked about that this offseason, that we're putting a definite description to the comeback player of the year, and then they just said screw all that. We're putting DeMar Hamlin in it. We're putting Sam Darnold in it, and they just said to fuck with all we did in the offseason. We're still doing what we did for the past 20 years or whatever. And you talked about the Joe Burrow thing and the offensive player of the year. I think that since he didn't make the playoffs, I think you can't put him into the MVP, so he fits right into the offensive player of the year. I think if he made the playoffs, he would be more in the MVP talks. We'll probably take him out of the offensive player of the year. But since you can't put him, he wasn't MVP caliber, I guess, since his team wasn't. I guess he wasn't valuable enough for his team to make the playoffs, which we all know he was. But in NFL terms, his team didn't make the playoffs. So I guess you put him in offensive player of the year, because they're not going to give MVP to somebody that didn't make the playoffs, but you'll give offensive player of the year to somebody who didn't. Well, we can move on to defensive player of the year.
For preseason, I predicted that this would be Bijan. I think I was 1 year too early. I think Bijan might take this award next year with a real quarterback and a new the direction going on over there.
No, I don't think that's crazy. Defensive player of the year. And number 3, I had Trey Hendrickson. And number 2, I had TJ Watt. And number 1, I had Patrick Surtain.
At number 1, I have Patrick Surtain. I think that he pretty easily deserves it. Have we had a corner win it in a while? Jalen Ramsey won it.
Stephon Gilmore might be the last corner to win it when he was with the Patriots.
TJ Watt, he had himself a good season, but it wasn't up to terms with his last couple, and yet we both have him consistent as number 2 here. Mm-hmm. Trey Hendrickson, you had yourself an absolutely brilliant season, and you deserve some recognition for that. But I refuse to reward that defense with quite literally anything because y'all let my boy down. Mm-hmm. At number 3, I have a split, and I will explain why I have them. I have Andrew Van Ginkel and Kyle Hamilton. I think Andrew Van Ginkel could also have Zach Bond in this discussion, but Andrew Van Ginkel came over and was so good. He did anything this Vikings team needed them to do. And then Kyle Hamilton, he was okay when he was playing linebacker, and then he goes back to safety, and that entire
The
defense
Ravens are number
changes.
one at everything once he goes back to safety. So.
Literally everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Another pretty easy one. Offensive Rookie of the Year. We can run through this one pretty quick. Number 1, I have Jaden Daniels. Number 2, I have Brock Bowers. Number 3, I have Brian Thomas Jr.
At number 3, I have Malik
Neighbors. I went backwards. Sorry.
At number 3, I have Malik Neighbors. At number 2, I have Bucky Irving. And at number 1, I have Bo Nix.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
You said Jaden and Brock Bryan?
Yeah.
I have the exact same order.
All right.
Malik Neighbors could have deserved some discussion for number 3, but he just missed those couple of games.
Yeah. I think he definitely.
And Brock Bowers got screwed, dog. One of the greatest rookie seasons ever, and it just doesn't matter. He doesn't stack up.
Definitely. It's like last year. Like Puka had that amazing year, but it's like C.J. Stroud was just a quarterback and he was phenomenal. So it sucks. But moving on to Defensive Rookie of the Year, you can go ahead with yours.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. You picked him preseason. I don't know where my head was. It was straight up my ass, apparently. I picked Chop Robinson to win this award. And Chop Robinson, he ended up having himself a decent second half of the season. But he's not in my final 3.
Mm-hmm.
I have Jared Verse at number 1. Clearly the winner. There should be no discussion. However, NFL, stop fucking listing him as a linebacker. He literally is an edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
At number 2, I have Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
And then at number 3, I have a split between 2 guys that didn't make the top 5. When last episode or the episode before, I said I believe they both should have it, with Mike St. Steele and Kamari Lassiter.
I was gonna do that and put players that did make the finalists, but I was just like, no, I'm just gonna pick from the finalists because those other players won't be there.
I only did that for the 2 that were clearly ahead of a winner. Like I think Pat Surtain's clearly the winner and Jared Verse is clearly the winner. I guess I could have done it for. I don't think many of these awards are really up for discussion, dog. I think
MVP.
It's really just MVP.
Is kind of up for discussion, but I think Lamar is gonna get it. So I don't really think any of them are, to be honest. But comeback player of the year, I only had 2.
You didn't give your defensive rookie of the year.
I didn't. Sorry. Number 1, I had Jared Verse, obviously. Number 2, I had Quinyon Mitchell, and like I said, number 3, I had Chop Robinson.
All right.
Comeback player of the year, like we talked about a couple of minutes ago, they don't know. The NFL doesn't know what they want to do with this award, so I kept it to you were hurt last season and you came back, not you were ass and now you're good again. So my winner was Joe Burrow, but I also had J.K. Dobbins as an honorable mention.
At number 3, I literally put not Sam Darnold or DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah.
I believe this should be J.K. Dobbins' award pretty easily. He's gone through so much, and to come back and even be a sliver of what good he was is insane. And the same with Christian Gonzalez. He missed basically all season last year and was just one of the best corners in all of football in his second season.
Like I assure you, next season Sauce Gardner's gonna go back to being one of the best corners in the league, and he'll probably find his way on this fucking comeback player of the year award list next year.
We got a 5-star at Ohio State named Devin Sanchez, and he's already getting comparisons to Sauce Gardner.
Let's go, Devin Sanchez. I'm rooting for you, man. Come on the pod.
I just got a notification that Ant's playing RP, so fuck you, Ant. Y'all fake for playing this shit. Moving on to the Coach of the Year award, there are several guys that should be in conversations for this. I'm sure you might have. What's up?
You just got all blurry for a second, but you good now.
Oh, I'm sure you might have Dan Campbell. I don't have him into my top 3. Mike LaFleur could deserve some love. Andy Reid could still be getting some love for that. There's just so many guys that could be up there.
They were.
At number 3, I have Sean Payton. I think for him to have this team as good as it is, with some of the most dead cap in the entire league, with a rookie quarterback, basically no run game, and you lose Jerry Jeudy, I think that's absolutely brilliant. At number 2, I have Kevin O'Connell. He took a team where a good buddy of mine predicted them to win 2 games all season, and they ended up only losing 3, 4, with a quarterback that nobody wanted. They threw him away. He said he was seeing ghosts, and he ended up seeing them again in the wild card, so that was unfortunate. But other than that, he had a great season because Kevin O'Connell can do whatever he wants with quarterbacks. And at number 1, I got that bald man over there in Washington, just revamping an entire culture in his first season. Dan Quinn, brilliant.
So at number 3, you talked about him, you didn't have him on your list. Dan Campbell. I think he just had to make the list. Number 1 seed in the NFC. We didn't know if the Lions were going to be not necessarily one hit wonders, but could they continue off of what they did the year before going to the NFC Championship game, and they came back this season and looked even better. Yeah, they didn't make it as far, but just this is a regular season award, and based off the regular season, they looked a lot better than what they did the season prior. At number 2. He was your number 1, Dan Quinn, taking a team that drafted number 2 overall to the NFC Championship game. You did a phenomenal job over there drafting your guy and, flipping that franchise around how fast you did. At number 1, you talked about I had him 2-15. So the fact that I had them 2-15, there's no way I couldn't give Coach of the Year to Kevin O'Connell. You took Sam Darnold and you made him into a somewhat MVP candidate throughout the season. You had him playing amazing football. That defense was lights out all season, and you took your team to 14 wins. So shout out to you, Kevin O'Connell. You are my Coach of the Year.
Hell yeah.
All right, that is. I forgot to do it. Did you do Assistant Coach of the Year? All that shit.
No, but it's just Ben Johnson.
Okay.
No,
because I completely forgot it.
I saw it and I was like, I just don't care to do this. It's probably Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn,
Executive of the Year,
Brian Flores. Yeah. Bitch, if you want me to do executive, you got yourself fucked up.
For real, yeah. All right.
It's funny looking back on what we did at the beginning of the season, because I got written down here, will Patrick Peterson get a job?
Patrick Peterson?
The answer, Brady?
Oh, the corner? Bro, I don't know why I was thinking Patrick Patterson, like the basketball player. So I'm like, what? The fuck is this dude talking about? But continue.
I completely forgot that Clutch Sports bought some other agency brand and now has a football division. So Adele's husband probably gonna be getting some more. No, you did, because I told you that, but you just don't be listening to me.
Sorry, I don't remember something from episode 1. My apologies. My apologies.
Did you tell me to go ahead? This is your segment.
Because you were talking about the Patrick.
Oh, sorry.
Peterson thing. So that's
those are the end of the real awards that we have that will be getting predicted in. I almost said Adam Silver, Roger Goodell, and we're sorry we're a little bit late, but make sure you get those in. Make sure you count those.
Hurry up.
And we can move on to Herlin's new awards
and Roger Goodell, watch this. I know you're watching right now, or whoever your assistant is watching this. Maybe you guys can implement these into your real NFL Honors Award. So starting off with number 1, this is titled "Unk Still Got It." And in the description, I gave some also description. Just an older player that's still playing some pretty damn good football. I had 2. My honorable mention was Mike Evans. He's not super old, but it's just for him to be this consistent, 1,000 yards every year. He got some consideration. But without question, my winner had to go to Cam Hayward. He was phenomenal this season. Yet again, 71 tackles, 8 sacks, made the Pro Bowl, first team All-Pro. He's 35. 35, and he's still out there killing on that defensive line for Pittsburgh. So Cam Hayward, shout out to you. Somebody clip this out, send this to him. You are the Unk Still Got It Man of the Year. Congratulations.
I don't get a vote.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Like, he's my Man of the Year. You still have yours. So go ahead.
The 23rd oldest man in the entire league, 36 years old, former first overall pick. Some games you weren't the best. Some games you were top 2 in the league. Matthew Stafford, congratulations. You are my...
That's who I thought you were going to come with. That's why I didn't put him. Because that's why I thought you were going to bring. Yeah.
You are my winner of Unk Still Got It this year for the, what'd you call it? The honorary awards or some shit like that?
I have no clue, but yeah, congrats, Matthew Stafford. We'll be shipping out your award in the mail, or if you want to come on the pod and accept it, with us, the invites, out there.
At a close second place, I gave it to a tie, Zach Ertz, Travis Kelce, and then I believe he deserves some recognition because what he's done.
Zach Ertz is a good shout. Zach Ertz is a really good shout. Didn't even think of it.
What he's done since leaving the Minnesota Vikings at this old age, not being that fast anymore. Adam Thielen has been brilliant.
Absolutely. Stephon Gilmore still with the Vikings right now. He deserves some consideration too. But all right, moving on to the biggest fall off. This is not a trophy you want to be presented. I'm sorry. We just got to do it. With all the positives we've had today, we got to do a little bit of negative to balance it out. Biggest fall off. I have 3. I have 2 players, 1 team up here. CJ Stroud, man. I was on the Texans' ass all season. Not that he necessarily was just ass, because I feel like he played very well in the playoffs, but it's not necessarily a fall off. I guess this is more of a disappointment for CJ Stroud, so I might have you mixed up here. But I just think based off of what we saw in that rookie year, I just wasn't a fan of what I saw in the Texans offense in its entirety this season. I thought, yeah, CJ Stroud's offensive line wasn't phenomenal, but I thought a lot of times this season he was just overthrowing guys, not looking great. So not necessarily this is a fall off. Let me rephrase. It's not a fall off for CJ Stroud, but like, dang, man, expected more. So actually, CJ Stroud is more of a disappointment, not a fall off. My apologies, CJ.
The real winner of this award, who should have been unanimously, this should be unanimous. He should have been
Cooper Kupp.
I would like.
No.
I am happy to announce that a man paid $3 billion coming off of an Achilles tear, who was formerly considered top 10 in the entire league, got benched for a rookie quarterback. It should be unanimously the biggest fall off.
I don't think his fall off was this season, though.
When was it? Because he was good before he got hurt.
Deshaun Watson? Is that what you're talking
about? Benched for a rookie. You think I'm talking about the fucking... No, I don't give a damn.
Oh, wait, what are you talking about? Towards the key. Gosh. Yeah, no, you're right. Kirk Cousins. Holy fuck, you're absolutely right. Kirk Cousins, bring your ass, Kirk Cousins. We see you way back there in the crowd. Bring your ass up here and take this fucking award, Kirk Cousins. I completely forgot about you. That's the love I have for you, Kirk Cousins. But bring your ass and take this fucking trophy, this fucking shitty ass trophy, man. There you go, Kirk Cousins. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. But I also had a team on here. I love you guys. You know, sponsor us one day. San Francisco. You guys were shitty this year. Don't even want to talk about you guys. Let's move on.
I got 3 more, just real quick. Yeah. On the same page of San Francisco, I had Debo up here as an honoree.
Yeah, but, I wanted to do some Niners, but I was like, I'm just going to throw the whole fucking team up there.
That makes sense. 2 that really fell off this year. There was 1 running back who I took in damn near every single fantasy football draft because I thought he was going to be absolutely phenomenal. You're thinking of my second guy. My first guy, Houston Texan, Devin Singletary. You were amazing last year. Yeah. And holy shit, you didn't do anything this year, dog. Anything. Come on.
Name that other guy. Because you should have been my fucking number 1. And you were number 1, so it's only right.
I don't want to give this to you because I'm a really big fan. I took you in a lot of leagues as well. If you're not able to accept it, we'll bring Sujop on the show to accept it for you, and he can deliver it to you.
Absolutely.
Travis Etienne, what you did this season after such a great year last year, jail time.
Absolutely. Moving on to our most fun team to watch. We'll bring back some positive vibes. So I think both of us would probably have the Lions on this list. But a sneaky team I had on here was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel like I was tuned in I was obviously tuned in every week, but like, I feel like I was actually sitting down and watching Bucs games because Baker Mayfield was just so much fun. Bucky Irvin and Mike Evans were on my fantasy team, so I was rooting for them. Mike Evans trying to get the 1K, I was rooting for that. So Liam Cohen and the Buccaneers offense, he made it a hell of a watch this season. I appreciate you guys. So you guys are my award winners for the most fun team to watch this year. Thank you.
Speaking of, I saw Nico talking about the Buccaneers were looking to bring in a Sean McVay guy to be their next offensive coordinator. I think they interviewed or something like that, and Nico was saying it would be a great hire, and he could take over Liam Cohen's job real good. So, at number 1, I think that you fucked up. I think it's pretty easily the Washington Commanders.
Fair, but this is more of an opinionated question. It's you had the most.
Oh, for sure. You said the Lions. I put the Washington Commanders at number 1, and at number 2, I literally said the NFC North excluding the Bears.
Okay.
And then at number 3, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay. All right. Moving on back to the negative vibes, the least fun team to watch this season. We're probably gonna have the same answer here. This is exactly how I written it down in my notes. Jets, 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 Jets. That's exactly how I put it down in my notes, and there's no other team. The Jets were my least fun team to watch. It was just so boring every game watching them. I'm an Aaron Rodgers guy, but I just could not stand to watch him be bad, so I didn't even want to tune in most times. Jets, I'm sorry, but there you go. Congrats.
I can say that this award was much easier to give out than the fun teams because there's a lot of fun teams in the league. Choosing 3 is rough.
Mm-hmm.
These bad teams, it's like, damn, it's really a chore to watch these guys right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jets are definitely top 2, but I don't know if they're 2 or if they're 1 because
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Once that star receiver went down over there, watching, especially when they went out there with what is dude's name? When they didn't play Spencer Rattler and they played the other guy.
I was about to say Ian Book. No,
I can only think of Heineke. It's something like that though. Damn, we're bad.
Jake Hayner.
Hayner. Yeah, I knew it was an H. The Saints are definitely in competition for this award, but I would probably give it to the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, if you want to come on and accept it, you're free right to do so.
You do podcasts anyway. You're on Pat McAfee's every week, so you may as well come here as well, Aaron Rodgers. You can bring Devontae too, so you don't have to worry about that. 2 for 1, we'll take it. You and Devontae can come on anytime.
The whole city of Las Vegas should be thanking Brock Bowers for them not winning this award.
They almost made it. The Jets were my only team, but I almost put the Raiders on there as well. Moving on to the best offseason signing. I had 2. At number 2, I had Saquon Barkley. For what he turned this team into, he damn near winning MVP, carrying this team in the playoffs right now. Saquon Barkley, you're my number 2. But a lot of people call me a hater of the number 1 spot. The bargain you got. 1-year deal. You didn't have to pay crazy money for him. Mr. Sam Darnold, bring your ass up here and accept this award, man. You had a couple of bad weeks towards the end of the season, but your season in totality, I think it was just a great signing by the Minnesota Vikings. You put up MVP numbers. You led the team to 13, 14 wins. Sam Darnold, you did a great job, and I think you're the best offseason signing. Because
there is no way this isn't Saquon.
Because if they don't sign Sam Darnold in the offseason, JJ still gets hurt. What do they end up doing? What
as much as I love Sam Darnold, I'm not going to say they would have the same success. Mm-hmm. I truly believe Kevin O'Connell can bring out the most of any quarterback.
Sure, right? Exactly, like you said. I just don't think they would have put up the season that Sam Darnold did. So Sam Darnold,
Saquon quite literally broke records.
Absolutely.
And has them in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, as I said, but I feel like compelled to give Sam Darnold my number 1 because all this hate I supposedly gave him. Sam Darnold, I would like to say I'm not a hater of yours, and you ended up winning my award.
At number 1, I put the running backs, which is specifically Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry, but Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones also deserve some love.
Not Tony Pollard, yes. Joe Mixon, though. Joe Mixon as well.
For sure, Joe Mixon, yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
At number 2, I put the linebackers, like guys like Andrew Van Ginkel, Zach Bond, and Frankie Louvu all had great seasons this year. And then at number 3, Xavier McKinney deserves some love.
All right. Moving on to definitely an opinionated one, the best celebration of the season. I want you to go first.
Coming in number 3 is so did you do like touchdown celebration or first down celebration?
I did touchdown celebrations. I was thinking about the first down celebrations. I know the Texans have a really good one. The Chiefs I've been seeing a lot recently with Juju and Hollywood. And I know the Eagles have a good one too. But no, I just did touchdown celebrations.
My favorite first down celebration in the entire league, and it's extremely biased, but I love from Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people have started to use that as well. At number 2, I put that at number 3. At number 2, I had Jahmyr Gibbs backing up.
That was my number 1. That was my number 1. Yes, I love that. That was literally my number 1. Yes, absolutely.
At number 1, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown doing the headstand.
Dog, that was my number 2. Yeah, the Lions were so fucking good. I know the Vikings get a lot of talk, but the Lions were so good because not a lot of them were team oriented. It was just like one guy had a great celebration that week. You got Amon-Ra taking off the belt and whipping the camera when they were smacking us. The headstand, Jahmyr Gibbs doing
You
doing the
got Jameson
poll.
Williams humping the ground last week.
And I think it was Jahmyr Gibbs when Kevin Durant and the Warriors were in the finals of that game where he tore his Achilles. He was doing that dance. Jahmyr Gibbs was doing that. Man, the Lions were great this season. But yeah, like I said, at number 1, I had Jahmyr Gibbs doing the dance on the pole. I only had 2, and at number 2, I had Amon-Ra St. Brown doing the headstand.
I think the Commanders or the Lions posted that clip of Jahmyr Gibbs doing that dance, and KD's like a diehard Commanders fan, and I think he was at the game, and he responded to it and was like, "I'm already tired of his ass" or some shit like that.
The Lions killed it this year. Now
let's move straight into best celebrator. It's on the same wavelength. I think it's pretty easily the Lions because as we were just talking, it's the same conversation. They were great.
I have the Lions, but I also have honorable mention to Cam Bynum and the Vikings.
Cam Bynum and the Vikings. And then number 3
I think the Lions
also had some good ones. But yeah,
it's
easily the Vikings.
Saquon, okay. Yeah, him and A.J. Brown dance. Yeah. But yeah, the Lions, I think, get it. Yeah, they were really good this year.
It's either the Lions offense or the Vikings defense. So if we can give out both.
Yeah.
Here y'all go.
There you go. You're welcome. Amon-Ra, we can, 2 of us, 2 of you guys, you and your brother, Equanimous. We can collab if you ever want to. Moving on, we're winding down.
If y'all giving out signed jerseys, I get Amon-Ra and he gets Equanimous.
Equanimous, I'll take it. Signed jersey. He just trying to hate on you, dog. I got nothing but love for you. I'll take your jersey. He just wants Amon-Ra because what? You think Equanimous is shit or something? What are you trying to say?
No, I just like Amon-Ra because he went to USC.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
And Juju Watkins goes there and she fine. So
moving on to the best jerseys.
Speaking of USC, shout out to the Arenas family. Gilbert Arenas' kid just chose to go to USC, and he's like a 5-star demigod.
Shout out to Gilbert Arenas' son. Moving on to best jersey. At number 3, I had the Bengals whiteout jersey. I think it's a beautiful jersey with the white helmets. I absolutely love it. Number 2, I think it's a classic. I think a lot of people love it. The Tampa Bay Creamsicles. I absolutely love them. And at number 1, I don't think they probably won't make your list. The Falcons black jerseys when they have the red helmets.
They're hard.
I love them. I love them so much.
I also had the creamsicle at number 2, so that's funny. And then I could have literally given it to most of their jerseys because I think the Texans design squad.
Yes, the Texans
as a whole, dog.
Yes, the black ones and then the battle reds. Bro,
They're
the Texans
brilliant.
have great jerseys.
At number 1, I have the Eagles throwback Kelly Green jerseys. I think they're hard.
And the Seahawks throwbacks almost made it for me too. And I also like the Patriots throwback. Bro, there were just so many good jerseys. It was hard.
There's a lot of good jerseys. There's some seasons where it's like, man, they're not doing much with them. But this was a good season for jerseys.
It definitely was. Now moving on to some stocks. So, prior to the season, maybe amongst ourselves, we, bought some stock in these players. Whether it was like, I think this guy's going to have a really good season. I think this guy's not going to do so hot. One of my best stock investments this year. The Buffalo Bills, I talked about them earlier. A lot of people said it'd be a fall off for them, but I still had them, I think, winning 13 games. I don't know how many they actually ended up winning, but I had them being pretty damn good this season, and they made it all the way to the AFC Championship game again. So shout out to you, Buffalo and Josh Allen. You guys, earn me some money. I put some stocks in you. You guys did a damn good job. Another guy, this is a guy I got into not late into the season, but as the season got on, strictly because of you. Because you started hating on him, so I had to jump on the bandwagon and be like, nah, I'm coming to the defense of this guy. Bo fucking Nix, bring your ass up here and grab this damn trophy, man. For you to start the way you did, and then from like week 7 on, you played out of your fucking mind and got the Broncos to the playoffs. Shout outs to you, Bo Nix, because we had a residential hater of you, and I became a lover. So Bo Nix, man, you did a great job this season. I'm excited to see what your career has in store.
Friends into lovers. Sorry. You kind of just jumped straight into this balls deep and didn't even really introduce it much. As we said earlier, there's not a lot of football to talk about. So this is our last segment we have, just best stock investments, worst stock investments. We both brought like 7 or 8 of them. Since you started with the best, I will give some of my worst. I can group them together. I put them individually. But rookie receivers didn't. They were pretty much either very, very good or very bad. I think the only guy that was kind of just mediocre was like a Jalen Coker. But Xavier Legette, I thought he was going to be absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. And he was good early in the season. And then after he dove for that catch and dropped that touchdown in the end zone to like win that game, he just mentally, I don't know if it did something to him because he was just never the same, and it kind of just became Jalen Coker's team over there. Jalen Polk, he
Absolutely.
was
Absolutely.
absolutely atrocious this season, and I thought he was going to be one of the better receivers in this whole class. And then a guy when Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua went down, every week it was like, I think this might be Jordan Whittington's week. I think he's going to pop off this week. And newsflash, it was never his week.
One of my worst stock investments, the New York Jets. I had them being damn good this year. I had them being, somewhat Super Bowl contenders, and my goodness, boy, did they let me down. They let me down a lot, man. Another worst stock investment I had. Not that he was just bad this year, but the way it ended, I just can't see. I kept my stocks, my shares in the playoffs. I was like, maybe they'll continue to rise, but boy, they plummeted. I should have pulled out before the playoffs started. Justin Herbert, man, for you to have 4 interceptions in that playoff game, play the way you did, those stocks just tanked. And boy, I put $1 in, and I'm pulling out with fucking half a cent. Justin Herbert, I love you. I'm your biggest fan, but we got to be better next season. We have to.
For best stock investments, you know me, I'm a quarterback guy. I've said that, and I'm not afraid to own that.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL is run by quarterbacks. I hit on a couple of this season.
Okay.
Dave Canales, he comes over there. I think he's going to be a really good coach going forward. I wholeheartedly disagreed with the hate Bryce Young was getting. I was never a super big Bryce Young fan, but I couldn't understand in my head like why you would bench a first overall guy after one season.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since then, I just became kind of his biggest defender, and he ended up closing this season on a brilliant note. And Bryce Young, he got a fan in me going forward. I don't know whether I'll get your jersey or not going for next season, but I'm gonna think about it for sure. So shout out to you, Bryce. And on the same note, he only got to play 6 games. But Justin Fields, holy shit, when he was the starting quarterback for the Steelers, he looked really, really good. I think they should have stayed with him the whole season, though.
Absolutely. Now this is a weird one. It's a stock investment, but I kind of invested in this team to not be so hot. And I think I thought they were going to be decent, but as the season went on, early on, I was like, nah, fuck this team. And even in the offseason, the Dallas Cowboys, I said from before the season, Jerry Jones, he said all in. I don't know what all in meant to you. I've been literally on the Cowboys' ass every single week, it seems like. I bring up the Cowboys and hate on them. So I invested in them, and Jerry Jones messing things up over there, and that's what it looks like he's done. This whole head coach saga he has going on right now hasn't played out well. So the Dallas Cowboys, you earn your boy some money. Thank you.
Back to worst. I got 2 guys that I can group into the same thing. And not for the same reasons, because they're different tiers of players. But year after year, it's like this is going to be the year where he takes that leap into really, really good receiver contention. And this guy is going to finally go from not really playing to being on the map a little bit. Michael Pittman, I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm rooting for you still, but please stop letting me down. Mm-hmm. And Jalen Hyatt, you don't even play, dog. And I thought you were going to be so good. I'm rooting for you to get moved so that you have a chance to do something.
And you brought up the Colts, so I'll bring them up too. And this one's weird because I have them split here. Jonathan Taylor, I was high on coming into the season, and I feel like he had a very good season, especially later on in the season. He put together some really good weeks. But so Jonathan Taylor made my best investments. But
don't you dare mention the quarterback.
Is the Colts in general, because I was super high on the Colts. I was like, this could be the year the Colts win the division. They were fighting for it the year prior. Oh no, I'm not done. And boy, did they disappoint. I said, like, with a couple weeks left, I'm done talking about the Colts because they just pissed me off. That loss to, who was it? The Broncos they let up. That's when Jonathan Taylor dropped the ball. Then they had another bad one to the Giants. But he also made my list separately because I was high on him as well, Anthony Richardson. I'm sorry. I still have faith in you, but you have to come up here and, take this award. This doesn't mean I'm selling on my stock on you. I keep it in here because there's no point in me pulling out this stock when I'm getting 2 cents back when I put $100 in. So I may as well keep it in. Maybe it can jump back up next season. But Anthony Richardson, you were a bad buy this season. I will not lie. Week 1, it looked like, whoa! When you made that 60-yard pass off, rolling left off your back foot, it's like, holy shit, here we go. But then it just continued to pile up, and it trended in the other direction. So Anthony Richardson, I'm sorry, but you had to make my worst investment list. But Jonathan Taylor, you were the bright spot for the Colts, especially on that offense, so you made my best investment. Shout out to you.
You think Jonathan Taylor cost Joe Burrow an MVP? If he doesn't drop that ball running into the end zone, they beat the Broncos. The Bengals make the playoffs.
In my sense, yes, because like I said, I would have given Joe Burrow my MVP, but I still don't know if the voters themselves would give Joe Burrow the MVP if he got it in 7.
So that would have been Bills Bengals first round. Damn. Back to slight disappointment. No, I gave my disappointments. Back to the quarterback side of the ball. Michael Penix. I loved you coming into the draft. And not only did I buy stock into you, but I also bought stock about 6 years ago into the downfall of Kirk Cousins. And at the same time, these were both investments won. So I'm rooting for you next season, Michael Penix.
Yeah.
And also,
you know where Kirk Cousins was on mine, so
it was like a 7th, 6th round pick, something like that. He tied the record with Josh Allen for the hardest ball thrown at a combine for 62 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
He got to start week 18.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Milton looked incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we get to see him play football again somewhere soon.
I got a couple more, and they're both in bad stock investments. And this one came later into the season. I bit the apple. I took the bait. The Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I even had the bet with Smalls. They win the division. You're 10-3, looking good. 2-game lead on the Ravens. Then you lose every game from there on out. You're one and done in the playoffs. So Pittsburgh, you let me down. I bit, and it's not even like it was great odds when I put into the stocks. It's not like it was gonna bring me back so much money. It's just I had that much faith in you guys. I was like, fuck it, I'll let my $100 turn into $120. It don't got to be something crazy, but I just had that much faith in you guys, and you guys let me down. And my last one, I had so much faith in this guy and his offense. I didn't think there would be a good team overall, but I was like, this offense is going to be popping off every single week. It's going to be their defense that lets them down. And he had a couple of weeks where he was looking, more than a couple of weeks where he was looking good. It was on again, off again, on again, off again. Then it was just off again for the rest of the season. He's posted on TikTok, eating his cookies. Cookies hate to see me coming. He's posted on TikTok thinking he's Dave Portnoy doing his one bite, everybody knows the rules pizza review. Kyler Murray. I had so much stock in you in the Cardinals offense, and boy, did you guys let me down. And there were some good performances early on in this season. I think week 1 they played Buffalo, and it's like, hold on, are they about to upset Buffalo? They put up a bunch of points, and then it's like the next week you're putting up 13 points against the Rams or something. So Kyler Murray, I probably put the most stock into you, most money into you of anyone else, and boy, did I lose all that money. So I'm hoping for a bounce back next season. I believe in you still, Kyler Murray. Hopefully we can get back to playing Call of Duty and you can post some TikToks next year. But as of right now, should be none of that. Big disappointment for you in that offense this year.
I got a couple more. You're done now?
Mm-hmm.
I got running backs here. I got Chase Brown, Braylon Allen, and Jerome Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Brown, I thought that he should have been their go-to guy to start the season.
From the jump, yep.
And once he got that, he looked absolutely untouchable. Braylon Allen didn't get a lot of reps, but early in the season when he was playing more, he looked good. And then Jerome Ford, I thought he was going to be the true number 1 over there this season, and he was just not good.
I didn't buy on that. I remember us doing the fantasy draft, like fantasy football. And we were in the draft room, and we, you could type in there. And I took Nick Chubb, and I forget who I took next. And you were like, "No, Herlins, you should have stacked Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford." And I was like, "Nah, I'm cool on Jerome Ford this year." And what do you know? He was just not good. For them to lose Nick Chubb last season, and then this year you're like, "Oh, Jerome Ford will hold it down while Nick Chubb's gone. Even if Nick Chubb comes back, it'll be a nice 1-2." And boy, they were both not so hot this year. So I definitely feel you on Jerome Ford.
Speaking of fantasy football, just real quick, I'm a little bit behind on the numbers on the board show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening, and they were talking about the finale of the fantasy football season, and P was going off on like, you're in a league with Caleb.
Where are you? How far back are you? Holy shit, they're still talking about fantasy football? You're episode. I thought it was like I'm 1 or 2 episodes behind, but you're pretty far back.
Anyways, they were talking. People was like, "You're in a league with Caleb and Kyron, and you still didn't make the playoffs." And then he looks at Austin. He was like, "And you talked so much before we started, and you were awful." And he was like, "And Smalls was talking all that too, and he just was bad." And KB was like, "Hey man, if he starts Devontae Adams, he wins the whole league."
I heard that, and I was like, holy shit, if you just start Devontae Adams, you win the whole league. And is that when you would ask me? Is that when you would ask me who you should start? So if you would have listened
No.
Okay.
But if I would have started Devontae Adams week 1 of the fantasy playoffs, I'd be up $1,200 right now.
You live and you learn.
That's a tough one, man. Yeah, first rounded.
Yeah.
But Deontay Johnson, I bought stock in him. He was a bad one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Because he was good early on, and then he gets traded to the Ravens, and it's like, this might change the offense a little bit. We still don't know what happened there because it looks like he was good with his teammates and everything. Mm-hmm. He gets cut, gets claimed by the Texans. Gets cut again there. We don't know what's happening there. And then he gets claimed by the Ravens a second time. So.
Yeah, and it's weird because when he was with the Texans, I think the Texans and Ravens played each other, he's dapping up the Ravens. He was
dapping up everyone.
Like they were just all good over there. So I have no clue what happened.
No, very weird. And then my last couple is my wide receivers from Ohio State. Chris Olave was a bit of a downfall because, injuries, concussions, everything like that. And then Jackson Smith and Jigba. You've said it. You believe he's their number one guy over there now. I still personally think it's DK. But
I told the guys DK Metcalf will be traded this offseason. I told them a couple of weeks ago, and then literally I told them a couple of weeks ago, and I said DK Metcalf will be traded, and I'm gonna say it's the Chargers. And then I seen a report come out a couple of days like there was some like reports of DK Metcalf to the Chargers. I don't know if they were talking about trading him, but I seen something like that. But yeah, I'm calling it now. I called it a couple of weeks ago, but I'm saying DK Metcalf gets traded this offseason. I don't think he sticks around there much longer.
You know what could be fun? A reunion. Mike Vrabel came out and said that he was upset when they traded away AJ Brown. And he wants to get AJ Brown back in New England.
So Russell Wilson to the Raiders, DK Metcalf to the Raiders.
No.
My fault.
What are you talking about the Raiders for?
Pete Carroll.
Oh, no.
Is that not the reunion you were talking about?
Why would I be talking about them?
Because we were just talking about DK. I thought that's what the reunion you were talking about.
Yeah, but I just mentioned Mike Vrabel.
But I thought you... Continue.
You know who AJ Brown went to college is who I was going towards, and it's DK Metcalf.
So you're saying they're going to get both of them? Yeah.
Get both of them. That'd be awesome.
Well, Drake May would be over there throwing a fucking party.
How you going to guard that, dog?
Yeah, absolutely.
How you going to guard that? 6'2", 6'3", fucking ripped.
And that now that you mention his height, man, when he was standing next to Tyrese Maxey, and it's like, and it's been viral.
I saw viral.
The past, yeah, it's like it is weird to think about. It's like the NBA players and NFL players and the height comparison. It definitely is weird. Because
I saw the top comment. It was like height. I saw the top comment. It was the weirdest thing is Aaron Donald and Chris Paul are the same size.
Yeah. Well, same height, not the same size, because Aaron Donald is fucking flicking Chris Paul like he's a bug. But
Chris Paul feels like he's like 4'12", and Aaron Donald's this gigantic dude. Yeah. But it just doesn't make any sense. But we'll buy more stock next year. Before next season starts, we can have an episode where like we invest into like 10 things, and we'll see how that ends up doing at the end of the year, and then we can just come back and turn a block on that.
Yes, sir.
Before we get into small talk, I want to say week 11, the preview of week 11. We did a draft of wins. We took how many did we do? We took
I think
8 teams each. We did 8 teams each. I think you got the first pick, and then I got 2, and then back and forth or something like that. We both have.
You should read off our teams.
I think I have the actual draft.
Yeah, I have it up there. If you don't, I have it up here.
I have the teams. I just don't have the draft. I went first, actually. I went first. I took the Ravens, and then you bounced back with the Chiefs and the Lions.
Yeah.
I took the Eagles and Vikings. You took the Bills and Niners.
Yeah.
I took the Texans, Commanders. You take the Steelers and Packers. I take the Cardinals and Dolphins. you take the Bengals and Chargers, and I close it out with the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
So the worst pick
Some
was
really bad
probably
picks
me
between
taking
us.
the Dolphins, or you taking the Niners really early.
Yeah, I did because I believed in us. I truly did. It wasn't even biased. I was like, you know what, we're gonna be pretty decent. Maybe we can win 10 games on the season, but shit.
At the end of the regular season, we already mentioned this. I was 39 wins, 20 losses, and 5 byes. You had 2 byes, so you had a better chance to beat me in the regular season, but you suck. You had 37 wins, 25 losses, and 2 byes.
Mm-hmm.
We both. So I had 1, 2.
We both got a team
3,
in the Super Bowl. You
4, 5.
You got the Eagles. I got the Chiefs.
6 of your teams made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 of my teams make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to make your prediction on the final standings for the playoffs? I think
you won because my playoff teams are the Chiefs. Yeah, they're in the Super Bowl, but they had the first round bye, so it's only max 2 wins before the Super Bowl. I had the Lions. They had the first round bye, so that's -1 win they can get. And then when they actually played, they were one and done. You had the Eagles who went from the wild card all the way. You had the Commanders, I think. No, or did I have? You had the Commanders. You had the Vikings who were a one and done. But I think
so. I'll just read through it here. You had the Chiefs, who have 2 wins at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Lions, who didn't get a win. You had the Bills, who got 2 wins.
Yep.
You had the Niners, who didn't show up. You had the Steelers, who lost in the wild card. You had the Packers, who lost in the wild card.
Yeah.
You had the Bengals, who didn't make the playoffs.
Damn.
And you have the Chargers, who didn't make or lost in the first round.
Fuck you, Justin Herbert. So I definitely lost with 4 wins. I got my spanked.
You finished with 4 wins and 5 losses in the
Just
playoffs.
the Commanders and Eagles already did that for you.
I have the Ravens, who won in the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Eagles, who won in the wild card, divisional, and conference. I have the Vikings, who lost in the wild card. I have the Texans, who won in the wild card. I have the Commanders, who won in the wild card in the divisional. I have the Cardinals, who didn't make it, the Dolphins, who didn't make it, and the Colts, who didn't make it. So my final record was 7 wins to 4 losses. So I beat you in the regular season, and I beat you in the playoffs. And if y'all want to go back to that episode where we drafted these, I take the Ravens at number 1. And Herlin said, "You just fucked yourself. This is already over." I think that is damn near verbatim. Because he bounces back to these Lions.
And anybody on the planet would agree with me. Legitimately, anybody on the fucking planet. And you took the Ravens because on some fucking bias shit. You taking the Ravens was not better than me getting the back-to-back of Chiefs and Lions. And you know that. Just who would have fucking thought the Lions would be one and done? Who would have thought? But continue. And I remember saying the Vikings were an awful pick, but they went out and rattled off a bunch of games in the regular season, not the playoffs, but in the regular season. And the Bengals, I remember you wanted the Bengals. I drafted the Bengals, and you were like, "Dang, I forgot about them." And boy, I wish they would have got in, but I tried, man. I tried. We'll probably run it back next season. We can probably do that before the season and just do it, the entirety of the.
So that was our final little mini game.
Mm-hmm.
I won that. You won the pick'ems on the season, and I won the fantasy format.
Almost made a comeback in that too. Dang, man, dang. We gotta get something going for
better at this stuff than you. Really, just
Shut
better
the
than you.
fuck! Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
What do we do in the off season?
I have no clue. We gotta figure it out. I don't know who gets the most fucking draft picks right. I have no clue. Do mock drafts.
Abdul Carter, number 4 to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's all we got for football this week. As we mentioned, it's the Pro Bowl, so if y'all care, go watch clips of that. Watch the flag football game on, I think it's Sunday. I don't know. I couldn't care any less about it if we're being completely truthful. We can get into my shout out of Madison Green, of course. Hasn't done anything since last episode, but still love you. Come to Christmas next year if you'd like to. Just putting that out there.
Oh, okay. All right.
We can get a small talk, though. Today is currently, as of Friday, January 31st, so it's the end of the month. We both came on here and made some New Year's resolutions. So I'm coming here and I'm asking you how you think you're doing so far with those.
Not very good.
Okay.
I said one of the things I would make sure to tell myself is that I'm too nice of a person, so I had to put me first a lot more, and I don't think I'm doing a great job of that. I felt that being the case a couple of days ago. I don't know if I was talking to the guys about this, but it's not even worth talking about on here because it's not like it was a crazy story, but it was just like somebody asked me to go do something on my off day, and I was like, no, I'm not really trying to, but then I got begged and begged and begged, and I was like, fuck it, I'll go, and that thing ended up
Oh, it
not
was
happening.
Vanessa.
It ended up not happening, so it's like I wasted my day, and it's like I could have just stood on my ground and said no, but then I ended up caving in, and then it didn't even like we didn't even end up going. So so I guess that's a time where I should have just said no and listened to myself, but I don't think I'm doing a great job to start the new year. I forget what else I had, but I know that was like my main thing, to just put myself first, and I don't think I'm doing a great job, but 11 more months to go, still got a lot more time to work on that.
I'm extremely disappointed in myself. I wanted to stop cursing, and I've already done it several times on here, so I haven't been doing very good on that. And then just
The alarms.
taking care
Oh,
taking care of myself, I haven't done very good with, because waking up in the morning, I suck at.
bro, we talk about it literally every. It's a staple for us at this point. I did it again today. Bro. Literally did it. I have to go take my car in to get serviced. Like my car, when I turn it on, it says maintenance required soon. And it's not like it's a big hassle for me. Yeah, it's like a 25 minute drive. But my brother works at the dealership, so I get all my car services for free. I look at the receipt afterwards. It's like everything is minus 85, minus 45, and it's a $0 fee at the end because my brother works at the dealership. So it's not really a big problem for me to go. It's not like, oh, I don't want to spend the money. But it's like I just got to get up and go. But it's like I'll wake up, I'll set my alarm 11:30. So I text my brother the night before, yo, set my appointment for tomorrow. I'm coming in tomorrow morning, 11:30. I wake up, check my phone, it says 11:30. I do the alarmy little tile game. Get the alarm off, then I flip my phone back over and go right back to bed, bro. Like I keep on doing it. So I gotta find something that gets me up and out of the bed, bro. I really do, because I've been absolutely awful. And like I said, it's a fucking staple at this point with us. We talk about it every day.
I go to work at 9 a.m. every day. I've been trying. I can really go in whenever the fuck I want, and I've been trying to go in at 8:30 just to get an extra half hour every day. It's 2.5 hours at the end of the week. It adds up for sure. And I'm going the opposite way. I went into work every day this week at 9:30.
That's how I feel when I go into work late. It's like, dang, bro, if I not even got in early, if I would have just went in on time, that's an extra 3 hours I'm just missing out on. I think about it all. And when you think about that, now for the month, that's 12 hours I missed out on. For the year, that's however many hours I missed. It's like, fuck, I'm missing out on so much extra money because I just want to fucking be lazy and sit in the bed at extra 30 minutes.
I got my W-2s today. I'm scared to look at them because I don't know. I don't want to know what I have to pay in. But I woke up this morning. My alarm's supposed to go off at 7:50. I wake up. I get out of bed. I look at my phone and say 7:40 because I woke up and it seemed like it was like 10 a.m. and I was like, oh no, I'm late for work. Yeah. And my phone says 7:40, and so I'm like, okay, cool. So I go into Alarmy. I turn the alarm off just because I don't need it to go off. And then I get back in bed just to, lay there for another 10 minutes.
No, that's the worst. When it's like you wake up before the alarm, so it's like, what, I'm already up. It's only 10 more minutes, 20 more minutes till my alarm goes off. Let me just turn it off so it don't bug me later. And then let me guess, you just fucking passed out. Yup, that's the worst. Waking up a couple of minutes before your alarm goes off is the absolute worst. Because like, oh, I have a couple more minutes to rest. Then you fall back asleep and you're just gone. You're gone. It's the worst. The absolute worst.
I fell back asleep at 7:40 and woke up at 8:20, and it's like, okay, that's not the end of the world. I don't really have to get up for another 10 minutes, so I'll lay here till 8:30.
Man.
And it's like I'm not making these conscious decisions. So I wake up at 8:50, and it's like, Brady, what are you doing? You still have to go take a shower. You're gonna be so late to work. And I walk in, and boss man's standing there doing some shit, and he's like, "Yeah, I came in at 8 a.m. today because I couldn't sleep last night." It's like, oh man, I'm there before him every day just because he's old man. I'm supposed to be getting some stuff done first, but I felt terrible about myself, dog.
Mm.
I'm up at 7:40 and I'm still late to work. What the fuck's wrong with me?
Yeah, that's and I most of the times I'm working the fucking like the closing shift, so I'm going in from 4 or 3, something like that. So it's like I'll lay there and it's like fuck, okay, I can get up and just start at like 2:15 or whatever, shower and do all that. Then it's like, oh, I'll just lay here for a little bit longer. Then it's 2:45. Now it's like, okay, maybe I just won't eat before work. I'll cut that out, just get my quick shower in, wash myself, and I'm good to go. Then it's like 3, and it's like, fuck, bro. Now I have no time to do anything. Now I'm extra late. If I want to squeeze anything in, I'm late 45 minutes. So it's just the absolute worst. Then I'm fucking snacking on a granola bar in the car to have something before work when I could have just sat down and had a meal before work. It's the absolute worst, bro. I have to get better at it. I don't know what I need to do, but I got to do something.
My dumb ass. I had 2 things that I wanted to have a part of small talk, and I copy and pasted them. And I copy and pasted the same thing twice, so I don't remember what the other one was.
All
But
right.
it's the farther we're going into these small talks, it's harder to off the dome think of stuff we can talk about. So I've just kind of looked up like conversation shit. It's always like, or not anymore, but it was like dinner with Jay-Z or the 500K. And I'm not bringing that question to you.
Yeah.
But my question is, if you could go back and you could have a conversation with literally anybody in history, who are you choosing? And what do you want to ask?
This is the one you deleted?
No, this is what I'm asking you.
If I could go back and have a conversation with anybody in history and just ask them one question, is what you said?
You can have one like full conversation with them. So like you get to talk about one topic.
I always thought, because when I was a kid, not so much recently, but like MLK, that's when I always thought it's like, dang man, he would have been alive if he didn't get assassinated and during my lifetime. Like I would have maybe not met him, but I would have got to maybe see him on TV or something. So that's one guy I always thought about when I was younger. It's like, dang, he died so young, he still would have been alive if if he didn't get assassinated.
Him and Malcolm.
Yeah, this is not. I don't care to have a conversation with him, but maybe just just go to one of his concerts or something. Michael Jackson is one I always wish. Michael Jackson makes my top 5 Spotify, or not Spotify, Apple Music Wrapped every single year. He's in my top 5 every year. So that's one. If he was still alive, I would have loved to go and see him, because I still remember my cousins were over for summer break. They were all staying at our house, came from Massachusetts, and then we saw it on TV, Michael Jackson dead or whatever, and it's like, dang, bro, it was so crazy to see. So Michael Jackson, MLK, those are 2 guys I probably.
That's a good one. Going to a Mac concert would have been sick. And I'm like, Mac not nearly as big as Michael Jackson, but I've always liked Mac. The only other thing I have for you is the one that I deleted, so I don't remember the exact verbiage of it, but it was just like, what is the best compliment you can get given to yourself? Because, I don't think the world has enough compliments.
Or someone would give to me.
Someone can give to you. Because I don't think the world has enough compliments flowing around anymore.
Costs nothing to be a nice person.
Exactly.
I try, even if I'm walking in the store, and Punks is really good at this too. Like I'll walk into a store and someone has nice shoes on or a nice shirt. Oh, I like your shirt, like your whatever, nice hair. So it's shit like that. It's not even like, even if it's a girl, it's not like I'm trying to hit on them. It's just like, oh, I like your hair, like your shirt, like your shoes, something like that. Just because you never know, it can make someone's day. But for me, especially right now, it has to be, Hurlitz, he lost a lot of weight. Like, it has to be. It has to be. It has to be. I was over at my friend's a couple of weeks ago, and it's weird because I've seen his mom a couple of times, like, in the past few months, and it's like, why did she just notice now? But I was sitting on the couch, she's like, oh my gosh, Hurlitz. And I was like, yeah, I have it. And she's like, you must feel so much better now. And it's like, yeah, I do. So that has to be the biggest one. That, by far. It has to be.
So, speaking on the same terms, I wanted to bring this up at the end of the episode, because I know we don't have as many people watching here. By the end of February, if I'm not back down to 185 pounds.
What are you now?
I'm up to like 192, so it's not the end of the world, but
you can definitely get there, yeah.
I was down to 180 and I felt great. So just back to 185, cool. If I'm not 185 on February 28th, is that the end of the, or 27th?
28th.
February 28th, our first episode of March, the first comment, I'm giving $100.
Boy, I'm gonna be sitting there ready at fucking noon. Or you know what? I'm gonna schedule it for 11:58 because everybody's waiting for the 12 o'clock noti. I'm gonna schedule it a couple minutes earlier, but only I know, and then I'm gonna go and comment.
So you're preying on my downfall.
not your downfall, but you said you want to be the 180. So, I won't be mad at 181, 180.5, just,
I'm going down to 185, so I'm gonna get down to 184.
Mm-hmm.
Be cool with myself, and now I'm keeping my own money.
All right. But I'm wishing you the best of luck. You definitely can get it. Wait, no, you said you want to go to 185, not 180. So yeah, you can definitely get there. 7 pounds, you can definitely do that in 4 weeks. I believe in you.
I just got to stop eating with the people at work because they're just such bad influences. I probably had like 3,500 calories today.
Nah, I feel you, because it'd be like I'm doing so well, and it's like, dang, I just had my low calorie dinner. I just had something nice, not something greasy or high calorie. Then my friends will call me at fucking 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yo, Herlitz, we're going to this place. You want to come out? And it's like, I mean, I'll come, but I won't eat. Then they get mad at me. It's like, bro, if you're not gonna eat, why even come? It's like, fine, I'll get something light. Then I end up getting a fucking burger and shit. And it's like, fuck. So my friends can be the worst influences when they like ask me to go out, because it'll be the worst. It's the absolute worst. It's never at like 4 or 5 when it's like I haven't eaten dinner yet. It's like after I've eaten dinner, I'm settled for the night, probably not gonna eat another thing. Then they want to ask me to go out and get something to eat. So I definitely get you on that front. Can't blame you.
He sent me to Napa today to get some parts, and he called me. He was like, "On your way back, you might as well go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a couple things." So I ate one donut, and then for lunch, he wanted some sub, and I got a pizza. And pizza about the worst thing you can eat for you. It's just so delicious.
Yeah.
And then about 4 o'clock, he comes in and he's like, "Hey, you need to go pick those parts up from Napa now. On the way back, you might as well stop at McDonald's and grab a couple things." So we all got a large fry. So I had a fry, and then my tooth was fucking driving me nuts, so I got a McFlurry at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came home and I drank one of these protein shakes, which is like 200 calories in itself. So I was horrible today. I probably gained another fucking 5 pounds.
You're good,
I'm up
man.
to 200 now.
You're good. I believe in you. You'll get back down. But no, I feel you. Especially on the pizza. I had pizza a couple of days ago, and it's like at this same friend's house, and I was like, you know what? I'll grab 2. And it's like, man, I'll just grab this one more and throw it in there too. So I had 3 slices, and I was like, dang, like that's probably what 800, 900 calories just off of these little 3 slices of pizza. And it wasn't even that great because it was a reheated fucking pizza. So it was just a waste. Like I didn't even need it, and I just had all that for no reason. But yeah, I feel you.
My boss had a brain issue like a year and a half ago, and he can't taste everything right now, but he can taste like bacon. So he likes bacon pizza. So he'll get like 2 pieces of bacon.
Overrated thing on the planet.
He eats like 2 pieces of bacon pizza, but while I'm at it, I get my own little like small or medium. I use like a 10-inch. I just get a cheese pizza because it's not as much shit and stuff on it. But we literally get pizza like 4 out of the 5 days of the week. And it's like, dude, I can't even go home and eat dinner because I can't stack up that many fucking calories. I
feel you, yeah.
Man, you terrible influence. That's all I got for you, though. Before we get out of here, for those of y'all that aren't interested, I'm going to talk to them about the WWE for just a little bit. So if y'all aren't interested, we love y'all. Peace out. For y'all that are, I was texting you today. I texted you and said that it's so hard to predict like the entrances for the WWE or for the Royal Rumble. And I was thinking about the men, and it's like there's so many people that they could pump out there. So I was just trying to like list off my predictions for who the women were gonna be, and I got it down to like
too.
I got it down to like 35, and it's like, damn, I don't know who to cut. So I started cutting people, and I got it to 31, and I was like, I don't want to cut any of these people because I think Natalia has been in every Rumble, so she's probably going to be in it again. I think that Jordynne Grace is pretty much alive.
100%.
We know Charlotte's going to be in there. It seems like Becky will probably be back. I want to say Alexa Bliss is back.
That's the one where it's like, but I agree. I'm leaning towards yes, but that could be iffy. But I would say she is, yeah.
They just had Bianca go against Lash Legend or Lash, whatever her name is, in
Jackson and Lash Legend, yeah, metaphor.
In NXT, and they're building her up a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Lash Legend. Shotzi's down in the NXT a lot of the time now, and I'm sure we see Shotzi in there.
That one I don't know. I don't know, because we may see Roxanne Perez get called up. She's NXT,
I
but
think
she
we
may
do.
be in there. Their NXT,
Cora Jade probably.
the NXT Women's Champion Julia could be in there, so that would be another NXT. Cora Jade could possibly be in there. I don't know, but she could possibly. So I don't know how many NXT they do. I don't know. I don't know if the Metaphor girls get in there.
I say we probably get 4 NXT people.
Not a terrible
in the women's.
Mm-hmm.
And we probably get Piper Niven. Absolutely. We probably get Chelsea Green, even though she's champ.
Yeah. She'll just be good for a little goofy spot. She gets eliminated quick or something.
Who got called up from NXT as the champion now? Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria. She's already confirmed to be in there.
Yep.
I saw some predictions that Rhea's gonna be in it. I don't think she will be.
No.
Because there's just no reason to be.
But
like
talking about whoever wins the Rumble and shit like that, I'll be happy to face you at Mania. So no, she won't be in it. It'll be.
But it's just like
spot.
It's just like you go in there to win it, so that you don't have to go against anyone.
No.
No, I hope not either. I think. Who did you predict? Storm. I can't ever think of her name. I just want to say the Storm is brewing. Yeah, Jade Cargill. She'll probably be in it for sure, whether she wins or not.
I think it's her or Io that wins it. I'm leaning towards. I think I made my prediction. I think I said Jade. Yeah, so
Io's the only one in Damage Control we're gonna see. That's so sad that.
No, I think Asuka comes back. And I think Kairi Sane will be back too. I don't think Dakota Kai will be back because she had like that concussion or whatever.
Dakota just got hurt.
She stayed getting hurt, man, and I hate that for her because I love her so much, but she stays getting hurt. So yeah, prayers up to Dakota. But I think we do see Asuka and Kairi Sane in the Rumble as well.
HHH, you're one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You've been good.
Congrats on the
since
Hall
you
of
took
Fame.
over for Vince. Congrats on the Hall of Fame. If Zelina Vega isn't in this match,
she's 100% in it.
You're getting one of these right here.
She's 100%.
She just got moved to SmackDown. I hope she gets a little push of her own.
Fucking LWO and shit, bro. Thank you, bro.
It would literally be she coming out there to support Ray, and then she just doing her little stances and stuff, and then she's getting sent home. Ever since she fought Rhea, she hasn't done anything, dog. And she's just phenomenal. She's done miracles on me. Say what? What do you want? What do you want me to say?
No, you're good. Anything else for the Waffle?
Naomi, can't wait to see what you do out there.
Can't wait to see Jay Cargill come back and whoop your ass, Naomi, because we all know you're the one that got her hurt.
But I would like to say, for everyone watching this that doesn't know, Herlins used to be Jade Cargill's biggest hater.
That's not true. That's not true. I had this conversation with Kai too. I was not a hater. I was just being real. She wasn't ready to be a one-on-one superstar yet. That's why they paired her on your side. Bianca. So what the fuck are you? So we were on the right side saying Jade just wasn't ready, which she wasn't. So they paired her with one of the best women on the planet in Bianca Belair. And, Bianca was training her behind the scenes and stuff like that. She was working on her own. And now she's ready for that. And
you said one of the best women on the planet.
The best woman. I think Io Sky's the best women's wrestler. But one of.
You're fucked up.
One of in Bianca Belair. And, I think Jade will come back. And I think she's ready for that singles run. And she probably has a singles match at Mania this year. Whether it's her, Naomi, and Bianca, or just her and Bianca, we'll see. But I think she has a singles match at Mania. So, welcome back, Jay Cargill. If you do come back this weekend, I'm pumped to see you on Saturday. Pumped for the Rumble in general. And whoop Naomi's ass for me.
Last thing I would like to say, he's trying so hard to get my heart pumping, to make me think he's coming back.
Oh. I thought it was Cena. Sorry.
He said, I'm having a autograph signing in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I saw the tweet.
Friday.
I saw the tweet.
Matt Cardona, you're a dickhead, bro. You're a dickhead.
He knows what he's doing.
You're not coming back. And then he posted a tweet today, and it's like, what do they say at the beginning of every episode? Now, then forever.
Yeah.
He literally posted a tweet of him and Chelsea Green with that caption at the top.
Now, if he comes back, he deserves an apology on our next episode.
He's literally my second favorite of all time. I don't need to apologize to him. I just want him back.
Y'all are cool like that, where you can just say "fuck you." Y'all are just tight like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But
someone I would never say "fuck you" to. my last note before we get out of here. I know Herlins ain't going to talk after I say this, so
oh my gosh,
once
we
again,
appreciate you guys.
We appreciate y'all for watching.
His knees are
we love
fucking
y'all.
shot. His knees are shot. He can't even walk down the fucking ramp anymore.
I'm not talking about Braun Strowman.
I know. His knees are. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Big bad show tonight.
Appreciate you guys tuning in. As we said at the top, Smalls and I will be live this Saturday, 6 p.m. EST, streaming the Rumble. Be there or be square. Appreciate you guys hanging with us today. Not like we said, not much football to talk about, but we gave our awards. Let us know some of you guys' awards. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Monday. Who knows what we'll be, or on Tuesday. Who knows what we'll be doing then? Still no football. Maybe we'll talk about the Pro Bowl. See you guys then. Like, comment, subscribe. Head over to the TikTok. Peace.